All right. We are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern. Here to talk about everything in terms of professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside of the ring, all the behind the stage drama, also superstar news, injury updates, and contract statuses and stuff like that. From AEW to WWE to Ring of Honor, we touch on the NWA. We try to get, if you make big major wrestling headline news, 1,010% is going to be on this show. So, take a journey with me every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast. And now we're going to get into our next segment. We're going to talk about WWE scouting, Zilla Fatu. But before we get on into any of that, I have, a couple of chats. Definitely, from 20 CMJ02. Must be such a hard life, professional wrestling, physically, mentally, and demanding. So many gone too soon. Yeah, that's true. That's true. 1,010%. I could never put up with that schedule. Very rigorous, very like, oh my God, a lot of traveling. You're not sleeping in your own bed. You're not seeing your kids every day, or your wife, or your husband, for that matter. It's a tough life, and a lot. It's not made for everybody. That's why a lot of these superstars, WWE superstars, I feel like, they get credit for being athletes, but a lot of times, once when people, you mentioned wrestling, they're like, oh, wrestling's like, it's scripted and choreographed, bro. It's like, dude, like, come on, man, like, come on, dude. Macho Man was in TNA. That's crazy. I thought that too. And I love the impression. 1,010%. I do, cheesy impressions here. Sometimes I sing on this podcast. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I do, honestly. But definitely love the chats. 1,010%. 20 CMJ02. Definitely, should make it to the show more often. Definitely love, the back and forth here. I think it's awesome as hell. So let's talk about Zilla Fatu coming to WWE to help out Roman Reigns, or maybe he's going to help out his former tag team partner, Jacob Fatu. So WWE might be getting yet another member of the Bloodline inside WWE. This Bloodline storyline has obviously been one of the best scripts in terms of the professional wrestling industry. It's been the bomb. It's been great. And once when you think it's over, it takes another turn. And it's great storytelling. It's a lot of long-term storytelling that has been absent within professional wrestling. Obviously before the Triple H Paul Levesque era. I think it really has a lot to do with what Triple H, his experience inside the ring. Also, you have The Rock, one of the chairman in the TKO. He knows exactly what professional wrestling entails, and he has a Hollywood kind of background a little bit where he could like be like a director or producer, where he can make people like you're kind of mixing cinema with professional wrestling. And I think that's a huge reason why WWE Monday Night Raw will end up on Netflix. 1,010%. This Bloodline storyline is coming to Netflix. Essentially, you're watching The Rock carry on a TV series, for free if you're Netflix, because obviously, he's going to be for WWE because he cares about it. So you're like, man, we can have the show with The Rock starring, but it's wrestling. But that's cool. What I mean? That's awesome. It's the first time ever professional wrestling has really been on like a streaming service, is having like episodes not WWE, because I know the NWA does it with the CW app. So, I think this is going to be great. Paul Heyman said this Bloodline storyline is only in the third inning, so it's definitely has a pretty bright future. Only the Lord knows what else we have left in store, what could happen next. So, but I'm along for the ride. I 1,010% can't wait for this to happen. So yeah. Roman Reigns hit Solo Sikoa with an impactful spear, showing at SummerSlam, showing him that who's the real tribal chief, the tribal chief honor to them. And I feel like this storyline is way bigger than the WWE championship, although having the championship will make a statement. But, I think overall they will kind of, get out of the whole Cody Rhodes thing for a little bit here. I think Roman Reigns is going to focusing on, kind of getting his family in check a little bit. So, yeah, we had the New Japan Professional Wrestling star. Hikuleo has been signed. He is on the WWE roster on WWE.com. So WWE is definitely foreshadowing the signing of independent wrestling star Zilla Fatu. Fightful reports that WWE indeed is, has their eye on Zilla Fatu, and he's been impressive. I think he's only 23 years old. He's super young, but he's coached by his family. His family obviously know a hell of a lot of professional wrestling. His dad was Umaga. Rikishi kind of, took the reins in terms of like, all right, let's raise you to become a professional wrestler. It's definitely something you can do. I think out of everybody, he looks jacked. He looks great. He looks like he can definitely, be that young, have the potential to kind of be like a United States champion, maybe intercontinental. And I think the fans love him. I think the fans love him 1,010%, which could possibly be a way for him to kind of jump on Roman's side. But his being a former tag team champion. I think he was a tag team champion with the Jacob Fatu. Don't quote me on that. But Jacob Fatu, also inside the independent wrestling circuit, was loved so much. That's why they held off on him so much, because Solo Sikoa still didn't seem that strong, because Jacob Fatu, when with the arrival of Tamatanga, and then you saw Tongaloa, and if Jacob Fatu would have appeared too fast, WWE, and according to reports, said that he could have outshined Solo Sikoa, which I feel like is kind of happening right now. But um, you know, I like the way Solo handles his promos. I guess it's a little, I don't know. I kind of compared it to like a biblical kind of setting where he's like, you have the false prophet, Solo Sokoa, and then you have, the powerful tyrant that's going to make his way and try to be tribal chief in the future, The Rock. And then at the end of it, you're going to have your true king. You're going to have Roman Reigns, which is, having, fighting for this tribal chief and fighting for that necklace is perhaps going to be more important than the WWE championship, because it's Roman Reigns, it's The Rock, all this bloodline drama. This is main event caliber. It's to the point where like, are you kidding me? We can have main event segments, main event promos, and we can get attention from wrestling fans, and we don't even have to include a title. That's crazy. That's nuts. Never in the world of professional wrestling has that ever happened. Usually it builds up toward a title reign. That's why I'm thinking that Cody Rhodes will ultimately kind of be on his own a little bit. A lot of people are anticipating Kevin Owens stabbing Cody Rhodes in the back. But would it be kind of crazy if you had Cody Rhodes kind of do the opposite? Maybe after he defeats Kevin Owens at WWE Bash at Berlin, maybe he turns heel, or maybe he turns heel in the future. And it's to the point where Roman Reigns has a title shot at WrestleMania, and then now you have the fans chanting for Roman. Kind of that flip reversal, that storyline telling would be absolutely phenomenal. I think that would be pretty awesome. But I think it all starts too with Zilla Fatu. I think having him debut in the WWE would be totally huge, totally huge. Like I said, there has been no sign that WWE has contacted or tried to sign Fatu. He remains in the GCW Game Changer Wrestling. And just in terms of WWF, WWE, you've had a bunch of talented, from the Samoan dynasty, obviously the late great Afa, and also Sika Hanoi. And we also, like his father, Umaga, Rocky Johnson, Peter Maivia, like all these amazing superstars. And of course, you have Roman, who's, still kicking ass. And then, of course, you have The Rock conquering Hollywood. He was a hell of a wrestler inside WWF before he made it, where he kind of changed planes to Hollywood there a little bit. But I know you had a lot of talented Samoan dynasty. So definitely thought that was pretty cool. In an interview with Fightful, Zilla Fatu was asked about getting in the ring with the great one, The Rock. He said, and I quote, he said, "Hell yeah, I want to stand in the ring with him. Against him, with The Rock, it would be dope. I'd win though." I thought that was kind of cool, just that I'd win though. I would kick his. I'm just gonna. That would. I don't know. That's how I would see like them kind of going at it. It'd be pretty cool. On the Rikishi Off the Top podcast, Rikishi spoke about the possibility of not just Zilla coming to the WWE, but also Tamiko, also Lance Anoa'i, and also Journey as well joining the WWE. And he said, and I quote, "Tamiko can kind of be in the same category as Zilla, indicating that they're kind of young." And they said Rikishi claims that they still need maybe like a year or more in terms of experience under their belts to hang with WWE, because the last thing you ultimately want to do is you kind of have people that, oh, let's just kind of throw them in there, see how they do. And they don't do well. They miss their spots. And it just turns into watching like trash wrestling to the point where it's like, all right. So you kind of just bring him, you just brought him in to be part of the bloodline. So far, that has not happened. Obviously, there has been some hate for Tonga Loa for, kind of missing a couple of spots there. His debut, also that low blow he was supposed to do to Kevin Owens, and a lot. I don't know. It's just, and he got injured. His eyes. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. So that there's a lot of you screening there. I feel like Tama Tonga has done a sensational job on the new bloodline. I think he's great. I definitely think he definitely deserves to be in WWE. 1,010%. Jacob Fatu. Oh my God. Talk about a man who is high flying, technical wrestling, dominant, powerful, powerhouse. This guy has it all. So I love watching Jacob Fatu every single time he steps inside the ring. Every single time he does something, I'm like, dude, this guy is insane. This guy doing backflips and just diving outside the ring. Like it's nuts. It's nuts 1,010%. But he deserves to be there. Obviously, we can expect a lot from Zilla Fatu coming in as well. He is still 23 years old. Maybe, once when Monday Night Raw comes to Netflix, which is still quite some time away, I honestly don't think we're going to see Zila or Hikuleo before Survivor Series, unless they make their, debut to kind of help, at the War Games match. But right now, I just think I don't know, it's kind of perfect the way it's going right now. All these guys still have some months to kind of prep, kind of get ready for WWE. So, definitely no rush, no rush. Like Paul Heyman said, we are still in the third inning. Patience is key. Obviously, the more you wait and the better the product looks, better the outcome. Kind of like, kind of comparing it to cooking. I work at a senior living facility. I'm a cook. I also wait there as well. But the longer it takes to cook a meal, the faster someone will eat it. Kind of mentality there a little bit. That kind of let it simmer. Kind of let it simmer there. You know what I mean? If you let it simmer too long, if you have your at a steak that's super well done, I don't get why people order steaks well done. I'm not hating on people, definitely don't. But I don't know. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So Rikishi also said that Lance and Noe also journey. Also, they're ready. They're ready as of right now to join the WWE. So he has a lot of faith in his family. Obviously, the Samoan dynasty in terms of professional wrestling has been big. Zilla Fatu is being watched by WWE, and a contract in the future, definitely. He wrestles with under Booker T's. Oh my God, I forgot his promotion. Damn it. He wrestles with Booker T. He obviously is backstage during the SummerSlam, and no, he's there supporting. He's with Jimmy, he's with Jay, he's with Jacob. So he's getting the feel of things, and he's going to make a very good WWE superstar in the make. All right, guys, for our fifth and final segment, we do it every Tuesday. Our Tuesdays today in wrestling history. Go ahead and strap on your seatbelt. We're going to drive in my wrestling DeLorean, go back in time on this date, August 20th. And yeah, so make sure you buckle up because where we're going, we don't need no road. So stay tuned.